5 teams remain 100% over in the Premier League as we enter into match number 3. A couple of them are familiar, some are a surprise. We'll take a look at that and more next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. Today we're looking forward to match number 3 in the Premier League, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe button and get your bang up to date with all things Premier League related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related. We got it all here under one brewski. That's right, the Hammers, the bloody Chelsea, Liverpool, Brighton and Spurs, 100% so far. 6 points from a possible 6 as they've kicked ass and took names over the first couple of games of the season. But will they still be there after match day number 3? We'll have a look at that and more in a minute. Of course, big shout out to the VIPs. They are the Patreons. I do appreciate the loving. Thank you for your loving. I do appreciate that. Anyway, if you are interested in support the channel in another way, check out those links down below. Premier League, whatever it is, patreon.com/Roversea. So here we go. We're going to look back, of course, my picks, of course, and then, of course, recap the Premier League Prediction League. And of course, see who comes out on top for the match number 2. So here we go. Let's kick it on forward then, or kick it on back. Liverpool against Burnley. That's right, of course. And over at Anfield, 2-0 win in favour of Liverpool. I'm one of the 3-0 win. Not too shabby on that one. Villa did get a response out of their players. 2-0 win against the Geordies over at Villa Park. That's right. Crystal Palace against Brentford was a 0-0 draw. Well, it was a 0-0 draw. I went with the 1-1 draw myself. Leeds United, close. I was close on this one. I went with the 2-1 for Leeds. It was a 2-2 draw in the end. Not too shabby there. City, though, ran right against Norwich City. Bounced back ability, of course, after that opening day loss to Spurs. 5-0 win there. I went with a 4-0 win. Not too shabby as well. Wolves against Spurs. 1-0 win for Spurs was the final score. 1-1 draw was my pick. Brighton against Watford was a 2-0 win for Brighton. Not too shabby on that as well. 2-1 win was my pickaroo. Southampton against Manchester United. Went with a 3-1 win for United. But, of course, Southampton put on a... probably the performance of the week, really. 1-1 as well. Arsenal against Chelsea, of course. A rudimentary 2-0 win for Chelsea. Of course, we all knew that. And West Ham against Leicester. 4-1 win. Of course, the 10-man advantage helped them a little bit for the Hammers as well. Like I said, I did pretty well for myself. Got myself 7 out of 10, which is good, but it's not great. Let's take a look at the table as it stands. Of course, the Hammers lead the charge on goal difference. Of course, Chelsea is second. Liverpool third. Brighton fourth. Spurs fifth. And then the chasing bloody pack. At the bottom of the table, it's Norwich, Arsenal and Newcastle going down. I'll take that. In fact, no, I won't take that. Of course, I want them little scumbags above them. Them little filthy
little bastards. Scummy birthday, them number 17.
Get them down in there, of course. We're talking about Burnley, of course. That's right. Let's get them down there. Let's get them relegated. Be done with it at long last. Anyway, let's take a look at the prediction league as it stands. This is, of course, for this week and this week alone. Hypernova is your kingpin, of course, for 9 out of 10. Now, I'm going to do a bit of naming and shaming here, boys, because... So I'm going to do some naming and shaming right here, right now, of course. This is not going to be tolerated, and it's not going to be allowed right here, right now. So... You know, I get timestamps when you put your predictions in. So if you're going to be counted in it, you've got to be in there. To be honest with you, way before the kickoff of the first Premier League match. I do allow a bit of slack, maybe if there's a Friday night game and no one's committed. But if anything after that, there's going to be a lot of question marks. So this guy right here, Super Sammy Gamer, decided to whack his predictions in on the 23rd of bloody August, which of course would be the Sunday, right? It would be the Sunday or whenever it was. It's actually yesterday. It was actually on bloody Monday. He went to put it in on Monday, and then he got himself respectably 9 out of 10. He couldn't get the Leicester game. Of course, he would have had 100% otherwise. So this is not going to be tolerated. You're not going to get away with it. I keep an eye on it. So, you know, I've got your times right here, so no shenanigans. We were dealt with that last year, and of course I couldn't really keep up to date with the times. But I've got the black and white now here, boys and girls. So I'm going to keep an eye here. No cheating. Cheaters will not be prosecuted. They will be named and shamed. So Super Sammy Gamer, if you want to compete next time around, you better come around, of course, on time. I'm gonna, you know, I'm not going to allow this scoring. It's toast. It's garbage. So there, get that in your pipe and smoke it. I'm keeping an eye on the lot of yous. The lot of yous. That's right. Anyway, name and shaming done. This is the table. Hypernova was legit. The timing was credible. And then, of course, the chasing pack as well. Let's take a look at the overall leaderboard. Well, have a look at it. I know this guy. This guy is actually top of the pops. Would you, Adam, believe it? It's Lembeck, that's right. Top of the pops there with 14 out of 20. Not too shabby. I'm up there, though, in second. I'm up there. Not really. Someone else has used my name. I would love to take the credit of being up there with 13, but I'm not. So someone by the name of Blackburn Overseas is up there with 13. Tom Stein is up there with 13 as well. Max Samardi, Creamy Jordan, Omar Esquivel, and Conor Medlin up there with 13, and then the chasing bloody pack as well. But of course, that can all change as we get into match day number 3. Of course, who will be at the top of the table? Of course, in the Premier League, but also will be at the top of the table in the Bundesliga, in the whatever it is, the Premier League Prediction League. If you want to get involved, use the code CUTLEAGUE/Prem number 3. It's a website. Also use the QR code. It's free to enter. Still plenty of time to get involved, and still plenty of time to win the pissing thing. So let's get going with some zingers of the games coming on. Kick it all off with Manchester City up against Arsenal. That's right. These two sides have played each other according to my brain 57 times in 1993. It's been 20 wins for City, 27 wins for Arsenal, 10 draws. Of course, the biggest win for City over Arsenal was a 4-1 win. The biggest win was a 5-0 win. Of course, it's the reunion between Arteta and Guardiola at the dugouts once again over at the Etihad. All eyes on this one on August the 28th. Of course, last time played over in Manchester City was a 1-0 win for City. That was in the Premier League. In fact, you've got to go back to 2-0 win for Arsenal over City in the FA Cup semi-final back in 2017. Last time that Arsenal beat City in the league. Oh my days, it's been a while. 2-1 win. Nope, that wasn't even in the league. We're going back. We're going bloody well back. 2-1 win for Arsenal back in 2015. It's been 5 years, 6 years, give or take, since the last one. Of course, opening days a win for none of these two sides. Spurs kicked them off with a defeat for City. They bounced back with a 5-0 win against Norwich. Of course, back-to-back defeats for Arsenal, yet to score a goal as well. They're coming at you at 90 for the table. Of course, City up to 9th right now. Bookies odds 92-1 is your City, 5-1 is your 11-1 is your long shots. That's Arsenal. 3-0 for me. Man City again, another win. Arsenal in a bit of trouble heading into the international break. You know, people get fired just before the international break, so it could be an interesting scenario at Arsenal. Anyway, heading into this next one, Villa up against Brentford over at Villa Park. Of course, played each other 6 times since 2016. 3 wins for Brentford, nothing for Villa. 3 draws, of course. The biggest win for Brentford over Villa was a 3-0 win. In fact, they scored 9 goals to Villa's 4 over the course of those 3 matches, around about 1.50 goals against ratio. Of course, last time I played over at Villa Park was a 2-2 draw back in August 2018 in the Championship. Of course, Villa, not bad start. 3 points of a possible 6. Brentford, though, unbeaten, yet to concede a goal at the moment. Heading into this, of course, Danny Ings 2 for 2 for him. As for Brentford, goals coming from Christian Norgard and Sergi Natkanos as well. Brentford into 8th, of course, Villa up to 10th at the moment. Look at the bookies odds on this one. We have Villa 11-10 on the favourites. 11-4 is your 11-4 is your long shots. That's, of course, Brentford as well. Going to go with a 2-1 for Villa on this one. First defeat of the season, but Brentford are looking good. They're looking competent, and I think they could do some damage this time around. Next up, of course, we have Brighton up against Everton, also on August the 20th. That's right, of course, locking horns over at the Amex. Played the 8 times 2017. 2 wins for Brighton, 4 wins for Everton, 2 draws. The biggest win for Brighton over Everton was a 3-2 win. The biggest win there was a 4-2 win. Last time played, of course, at the Amex was a 0-0 draw back in April 2021. Of course, Brighton so far so good. 6 points from 6, and of course, in the top 4 right now. As for their opposition, Everton, of course, unbeaten as well. Picked up a win against the Saints, also a draw against Leeds as well. Neil Maupay's got himself a couple of goals, slowly but surely grinding out the woodwork, getting the goals, as has Calvert-Lewin, 2 for 2 as well. Not too shabby. Brighton up 4th, Everton down to 7th, of course, opening a couple of days. 13-10 is your Brighton, 11-5 is draw, 23-10 is your away win. That's, of course, Everton. I've gone with a draw on this one. They'll remain unbeaten into the international break. I'm sure they'll be happy with that. The Geordies up against the Southampton boys. That's right, it's the Adam Armstrong derby. That's right, played each other 42 times since 1993. 18 wins for the Geordies, 16 wins for the Saints, and 8 draws. The biggest win for the Geordies over the Saints, of course, 5-0 win. The biggest win there was a 4-0 win. Last time the played over in St James's Park was a 5-goal thriller in favour of Newcastle back in February 2021. Heading into this, of course, Newcastle back-to-back defeats, losing to the Hammers, losing to Villa, 2-0 wins. Of course, conceding 6 goals in the first 2 games, not good. As for the Saints, of course, they keep on marching on. They did lose to Everton, but they bounced back with a draw against Manchester United, of course, to give themselves a valuable point. Also in action, though, both of these two sides in Catabata Cup action in midweek. I think they're playing tomorrow. Yeah, so heading into this, what do we have? We have Southampton up to 13th, of course, the Geordies down to 18th right now. Bookies odds, 8-5 is your Newcastle, 30-8 is your Saints, 23-10 is your draw. I think I've gone with a draw, that's right, 2-2 in the end. Adam Armstrong to score a goal. You heard it here first. Into the midway here, we got Norwich up against Leicester. Need a response, of course, after their shit show against West Ham. 19 times they've played each other since 1994. 8 wins for the Canaries, 7 wins for Leicester, 4 draws. Of course, the biggest win for Norwich over Leicester was a 3-1 win. The biggest win there was a 4-0 win. Last time played each other over at Carrow was a 1-0 win for Norwich back in February 2020 in the Premier League, of course. Heading into this, of course, back-to-back defeats for Norwich. Conceded 8 goals in the first 2. Bit of a rude awakening for them in the Premier League. Meanwhile, Leicester coming to this 1-1, lost 1, of course. Not too shabby. shabby though in the end. Of course, Leicester are down to 12th. Of course, Norwich down to the bottom, 20th, which they could remain there the whole season. It could be a bit of a horror style story for them. 50-4 is your Norwich, 30-5 is your 11-8 on is your Leicester. They are your favourites heading into this 2-0 win for Leicester on this one to take it to the bank. Spurs go to take on Watford, of course, in a bit of a greater London-ish affair on August the 29th. Of course, they played each other 18 times since 1999. 11 wins for Spurs, 2 wins for Watford, 5 draws. The biggest win for Spurs over Watford, 4-0 win. The biggest win there was a 2-1 win. Last time they played each other over at Spurs was a 1-1 draw back in 2019 in the Fancy Pants Stadium, aka the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Heading into this, of course, Spurs, great start for them in the Premier League, back-to-back wins. However, they got a bit of a distraction. That is, of course, the Conference League, which they did lose to Pacos Vieira. They got second leg for that around the corner. Meanwhile, Watford 1-1, lost one, of course, lost to Brighton. Picked up a win against Aston Villa as well on an opening day. Not too shabby on that one. Of course, look at the situation in the table. Of course, Spurs up to 5th, Watford down to 11th. Bookies odds 5-2 on is your Spurs. They are your favourites. 10-3 is your 32 is your win. Will Kane be there? Will it be his final match in the Spurs jersey? Going to go with a 3-1 win for Spurs on this one, and of course 3 points in the bag. Next, of course, we have West Ham up against Crystal Palace, another all London affair. This one, of course, taking place on August the 28th on this, of course, taking place at the Hammer Stadium, which is aka, was it London Stadium. Played each other 26 times in 1994, 10 wins for the Hammers, 8 wins for Palace, 8 draws. Of course, the biggest win for West Ham over Palace, 3-0 win. The biggest win there was a 3-1 win. Last time they played each other, of course, over at West Ham, London, wherever stadium, 1-1 draw it was back in December 2020, of course. And 100% form at the minute, West Ham looking very, very good. That's including friendlies, though. Heading into this, of course, back-to-back wins, beating Newcastle and Leicester, scoring 8 goals so far. They're looking very, very sharp. As for Crystal Palace, back-to-back back-to-back games without a goal. Of course, opening day lost to Chelsea. Picked up a point against Brentford, though, at home. They came into this in 14th at the moment. West Ham are first. Heading into this, though, bookies are 7-4 is your West Ham. They are your red hot favourites. 3-1 is your, 5-1 is your long shots. It's your Palace. I think West Ham will win this one as well. 2-0 win. They could go 3-3 heading into the international break. Okay, zinger chicken dinner, though. We have a big belter. It's Liverpool up against Chelsea, taking place at Anfield on August the 28th. Big day of this house. 78 times they played since 1993. 28 wins for Liverpool, 31 wins for Chelsea, 19 draws. The biggest win for Liverpool over Chelsea was a 5-1 win. The biggest win there was a 4-0 win. Last time the picture over in Anfield was a 1-0 win for Chelsea. That was in the Premier League back in March 2021. Yeah, it's very, very tight. Over the last 4, it's been 2 for 2. They seem to be exchanging wins. Of course, Liverpool did beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, and Chelsea did beat Liverpool at Anfield. But of course, no fans were in the stand for those games, so if they were very limited. Anyway, back-to-back wins for Liverpool, back-to-back wins for Chelsea, back-to-back clean sheets as well. Smells like a draw, could very, very well be. Heading into this, of course, Chelsea is second, Liverpool are second, joint second, both identical goal difference as well. Heading into this one, we have 7-5 is your Liverpool, 12-5 is your draw, 50-8 is your away win. That's Chelsea. I've gone with a 2-2 draw, probably more like a 0-0 draw, I think, in the end. Burnley up against Leeds, of course, heading into this one on August the 29th. Our third more, that's right. It's
Six-finger freak as always. It's them freaks.
Burnley, that's right, up against the Leeds. Played each other 20 times since 2004. 7 wins for Burnley, 12 wins for Leeds, 1 draw. The biggest win for Burnley over Leeds, 2-0 win. The biggest win there is a 4-0 win. Last time played each other over at Turbo was in fact that 4-0 win for Leeds. Let's have more of that. And then shall we? Of course, Burnley in action in the Caterpillar Cup today. Are they in Caterpillar tomorrow? Anyway, they of course back-to-back defeats for them, losing to Brighton, losing to Liverpool. Meanwhile, Leeds 5-1 loss to get Manchester United. Bounced back with a 2-2 draw against Everton. Heading into this, though, Leeds are in 15th, Burnley down to 17th. Look at the bookies' odds on this one with Burnley, 21-10 for the victory, 65 is your Leeds, 5-2 is your away win, sorry, 5-2 is your draw. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Leeds on this one on the road, 3 points in the bag. How about that? And then finally, we have Wolves up against Man United down at Molineux. Of course, Wolves with Bruno Lager trying to get themselves first points of the campaign. Played 20 times Wolves over Manchester United. They've won 4. Of course, Man United won 12, 4 draws. The biggest win for Wolves over United, 2-1 win. The biggest win there was a 5-0 win. Last time in Molineux was a 2-1 win for Wolves. Last time that Wolves picked up a win against Man United, you've got to go back a bit. You've got to go back to 2-1 win in the Premier League in April 2019. Heading into this, of course, back-to-back defeats for Wolves, back-to-back games without scoring a goal as well. United unbeaten, of course, picked up a win against Leeds opening day, followed it up with a draw against the Saints. Of course, United down to 6, Wolves are down to 16th. Bookies odds on this one, we have 4-1 is your Wolves, 30-5 is your draw, 10-7 on is United. They are your red hot favourites on the road as well. I'm going to go with a 3-1 win for United to take it to the house. What are your picks on this one? There we go. Of course, if you want to get involved, use the link right here. Cutley4/Prem number 3, of course, to get involved. The next time you see me, we'll have a static link for that, which will be like Cutley4/Prem or Premier League or something like that. But anyway, be sure to give the video some love and smash the thumbs up, smash your subscribe. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Also, check out the links in the thing. I'm on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, all that kind of stuff. But until then, give the video some love and I'll see you soon for the next one. Until then, see you later after the international break. But until then, be safe and I'm out of here.